Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is Boop, I Love You, chapter 28. And this one is very aptly titled, Boop, I Love You. This is the final chapter. Why? He asked, looking at you sympathetically. Well, when Hero Eraserhead helped me turn back into human form, he told me not to use it until I could get blood tests done to see what my quirk was doing at DNA level. Otherwise I might get stuck in cat form again, you said. Oh, that reminds me, Shinsou said. You know Eraserhead is my homeroom teacher, yeah? You nodded sheepishly. Well, he mentioned your case during class, and that's what helped me make up my mind to find you. He told me after class that your friend said my name to you. You groaned. Oh, so he did hear me and put the two and two together. Shinsou laughed. Well, it all worked out for the best. I'm glad he overheard my name being said. You smiled. Yeah, same. So have you had the blood test done yet? Shinsou asked, taking the final few mouthfuls of his coffee. Yeah, I had it done last week. Should get the results sometime soon. It took me ages to get the test done. I don't know, I didn't care. If I couldn't use it to see you, well... Your voice trailed off. Shinsou reached out for your hand and squeezed it gently. Doesn't matter now, because we found each other anyway, he said with a small smile pulling at his lips. Your heart was about to beat out of your chest. His hand was so warm holding yours. Yeah, you said softly, a pink blush dusting your cheeks. After your little coffee date, Shinsou walked you home and gave you a hug at your door before saying goodbye. Oh, I was kind of hoping for a kiss, but oh well, hugs just as good, you thought with a smile as you entered your house. The two of you continued to text and see each other every day for the next week, and you were loving it, but there was something weighing heavily on your mind, and you didn't quite know how to talk to Shinsou about it. You'd gotten the blood results back from the doctor regarding your quirk, and it wasn't sounding too good. Hey, you want to come over today? Shinsou asked as you walked to the cafe together for your usual afternoon coffee. Sure, you replied. You were wanting to tell Shinsou about the blood test, but at the same time not. Awesome, he replied, giving you his signature lopsided smile. Coffee and chat was amazing as usual, and then you left to go back to his house. This is the street you used to meet me on, Shinsou said as you walked along. Yeah, I remember, you said with a smile. There's that alley that I used to hide in to wait for you. What a cute stalker, Shinsou said with a wink as he nudged you gently with his shoulder. Well, you didn't complain, you retorted with a cheeky smile. I'll never complain about being stalked by a cute girl who can shapeshift into a cat, he flirted. You blushed as he reached for your hand and held it. Oh, is this guy gonna ever ask me out, or are we just gonna flirt like idiots for the rest of our lives? Well, here we are, he commented as he reached his apartment. You walked up to his level, and he opened the door for you. Everything came flooding back, and you inhaled sharply. You okay? He asked when you paused just inside the door. Yeah, I'm good. It's just everything's coming back, he said, wringing your hands nervously. Come and sit down, he offered, pulling on your hand gently. You followed him to the lounge and sat down as he let go of your hand and walked to the kitchen. Here, catch, he said as he pulled a bag of chips out of the cupboard and tossed it to you. You caught it. These were always your favourite, he said. You were forever stealing these when I was at school. You giggled. Well, you always had heaps, so I figured it was fine. I made sure to buy extra when I realised that these were your preferred flavour, he said as he walked over and plopped down next to you on the couch. You're such a nice guy, Shinsou, he said with a smile. Am I nice enough to become your boyfriend? He asked softly, his tired eyes staring nervously into yours. You went bright red. Yeah, of course, you said with a chuckle. I wasn't sure if you just wanted to flirt or if you were actually interested in me. What? He said in surprise. You're perfect, you're cute, we get along well, and on top of that you can shapeshift into a cat, my favourite animal. Your heart sank a little. Shinsou, you said hesitantly, dropping your gaze to your lap. What if I couldn't use my quirk ever again? Shinsou looked confused. What do you mean? He asked, reaching for your hand to hold it. I mean, my quirk's been damaged, you said sadly, tears welling up in your eyes. How damaged? Shinsou asked softly. Well, according to the doctors, if I use it, I'll definitely turn into a cat, but the extensions that was injected into me is taking over my human DNA, so there's a chance that I'll actually turn into the animal, and not be able to come back, you said, a single tear rolling down your cheek. If they can get me back, there's a high chance I'll develop amnesia and forget everything from my life up until this point. I'm scared to use it again. Shinsou looked sympathetically at you. Will you still like me if I can't ever use my cat quirk again? Now I'm just a girl with a quirk that I can't use, you said sadly, your bottom lip quivering. Shinsou smiled sadly at you. Come here, Sin, he said, pulling you in for a hug. You wrapped your arms around him and buried your head into his chest, doing your best not to wail as you sobbed softly. I'm sad, but I don't want to ugly cry in front of my boyfriend, you thought as you desperately tried to curb your emotions. I've fallen in love with you, from the inside out. Sure, I love cats and it's what brought us together, but that doesn't define you. You're more than your quirk, he said, pulling you back a bit so he could wipe the tears from your cheeks. Will you still be my girl? Of course, you sobbed, happily now, leaning back and face planting into him while hugging him tightly. He hugged you back and bent his head down beside yours, kissing you on the cheek. You pulled back and looked up into his tired purple eyes, sniffing and wiping your own eyes and nose on your sleeve. Classy, he chuckled softly. You're perfect, Sin. Don't ever change. Slowly he leaned his face towards yours. You braced for the kiss you knew was finally coming. As his lips met yours, your eyes fluttered shut, his gentle hand caressing your cheek as you kissed softly a few times. You sighed happily as you pulled back and smiled at him. Then you leaned forwards and booped your nose against his. What? Then he remembered back to when you did the same nose boop thing to him when you were in cat form. His eyes widened slightly. That nose boop, he said. You did that to me once when you were in cat form. This is going to sound crazy, but when you did that, I just felt like you were trying to say, I love you, you said with a teary smile. That's exactly what it means, you confirmed, kissing him quickly on the lips again. It's perfect. I'll take another of those nose boops, please, he said with his signature smile. And there you have it. That is the end of Boop I Love You. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this book, and I really hope you enjoyed it. I will have the completed book of Boop I Love You up a little bit later today. That will be in the completed books playlist. And I'll also have chapter 1 of the next book ready to roll, and that will be up later today as well. So hopefully I'll see you in that one. Thank you all once again, and I'll see you later.